Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Much better. Yeah, people, welcome back to the JAMPL fan. As you can see, I'm here on a Wednesday for a special occasion. What you just heard was the new anthem for the Concacaf Champions Cup. Basically, our own version of the Champions League in our region here in North America. So, yeah, so again, it's a big day tomorrow coming up on Thursday at 9 p.m. at the National Stadium as Jamaica's lone representative in the competition, Cavalier SC, will take on MLS team FC Cincinnati. It is a huge deal because the better Cavalier does in this competition, it more represents our league as a brand, as well as it gives us more opportunity for more teams getting more spots into this competition. Quickly, Cavalier got here by finishing second to Robin Hood in the Caribbean Cup final a couple months ago, while FC Cincinnati, they got here by being the reigning Supporter Shield champions of MLS. Supporter Shield is what they crown the regular season champions. So I'm here to preview the game. A lot of people have already done touch up on the game in terms of what Cavalier have to look forward to. But I'm here to also help you to break down what FC Cincinnati is bringing to this match. So first of all, let me start off by basically telling you a little background about their origin. The team was formed in 2016 and started to play in the United Soccer League, which is basically Division 2 in the United States. They played there for 2 seasons before they were awarded an MLS franchise in 2018. They immediately started playing, and within the first 3 seasons of playing in the new Division 1 league, they were basically given the wooden spoon. And if you watch basketball or basically Major League Baseball, the wooden spoon is considered basically the team with the worst overall record in the league. So yeah, they didn't necessarily light the league on fire when it just arrived, and that despite bringing in managers like Jaap Stam of Netherlands fame to manage them, they couldn't get anything going. But all that changed in 2021 to 2022 when they brought in former US international Pat Noonan to basically come and take over the reins. Since he took over, they went from pretenders to contenders, and even as far as stated, they won with the best overall record last year in the MLS. That exact record was 20 wins, 4 losses, and 9 draws to give them 69 points and first overall in the table. So basically, Cavalier got a very hard team right off the bat into the first round here. So what kind of team are they? Well, FC Cincinnati under Pat Noonan employed a style of and formation of 3-4-1-2, and largely is a team that works mostly in transition. They like to counter on the break, but don't let that fool you, because with their leading man Lucho Acosta, the reigning MVP, they do, if necessary, can break down a low block. They do this sometimes by quickly transitioning the ball to their wing backs on both wings and try to flood the box with their 2 strikers if necessary. So they're a team that can flip things up on the fly when needs be. All of that takes us now into their strengths and weaknesses. Well, let me start off by this telling you Santiago Arias was their starting right back last season, but he has left for Brazilian side Bahia. Junior Moreno was their main number 8. He left for Saudi Pro League Al Azam. They lost one of the starting centre back Yersin Mosquera, who went back to Wolverhampton in England. And the biggest loss what I felt for them was losing their main striker, the top striker Brandon Vasquez, who left for a reported $7.5 million. It shows the caliber of players they have at their disposal. He went to Mexican power side Monterrey, which funny enough is awaiting in the round of 16 the winner of this matchup. So that's what the departures are. So how did they do in their transfer market? They brought in a striker from Houston called Corey Beard, who was coming off his career best season at Houston with 8 goals and 6 assists. They also replaced Mosquera in the team with US international Miles Robinson to fill the role at right centre back. The other big signing they had was Pavel Buka, who was playing in the Champions League against Barcelona this time last year to replace Moreno in the number 8 position. And they also brought in a speedy, skillful Argentine winger, Luca Aurelio, to come play on the wing back positions. So basically, you can say that the team are reloaded well for the upcoming season. So how would they line up for this season, and especially for the match against Cavalier? Well, it's interesting. As I said to you, Pat Newton traditionally likes his 3-4-1-2 formation, and here on the screen you can see what is considered their strongest team really on paper. Salentano is an up-and-coming young keeper in the goal. Robertson, Miazga, and Murphy on the back line. Booker and Novembedo in midfield. Argentina wing-back Barrier at the left side, and Aureliano is supposed to come on the right side. Acosta, of course, is going to sit in the number 10 position, where one of their top strikers that they got last year in the summer, Provenza, is on the left side, with Corey Board supposed to play the right side. So now, all that sound very daunting right now. But there's a bit of a monkey wrench that's going to be thrown into this starting lineup, actually. Right before this recording, last night, breaking news happened that they're actually loaning Alvaro Barrel to Cruzeiro in Brazil. So he's actually not going to be here. Aureliano, who they thought would play with his countryman from the right wing back side, can stop over to the left hand side, but his purchase is not officially confirmed by FC Cincinnati at this time while recording. So it's interesting to know if he's even in Jamaica right now. I could not get an actual confirmation of the traveling team, but I do know that he's been training with them in Florida. So it makes you wonder who they're going to play really. So that's the one issue they have there. The other thing to think about as well is that their season actually starts this Sunday. They host Toronto coming this Sunday, and with the return leg also happening in Cincinnati next week, they may switch up this starting lineup for the first match here in Jamaica. I initially was believing that it was unlikely Acosta will not start this game, and instead we will put Japanese international Kubo in that number 10 position. I also was thinking Provenza would not start, as they would normally use to their third string striker Sergio Santos, which is also fairly skillful, to come in for this game. But with Barrier leaving and Aureliano not playing, normally you Kubo to the right wing back, but they still have a hole in the left back side. And that's all without even confirming if Aureliano is even in Jamaica. So they could play Jamaican Alves Powell at the right wing back, or their other youngster named Hersey in the right wing back, but their issue at left wing back is still a problem. Kuba could slot over there as he have done throughout the entire season. He's basically a switch army man. He plays anywhere in that midfield, and I must say they've been practicing in preseason that is 3-4-1-2 up to even the last match. But as I said to you, Pat Noonan does have his teams be flexible, and they will switch formations on the fly in matches. So there's a very real chance that they may switch to Pat Noonan's favorite formation actually, which is the 4-4-2 diamond. We can easily see a midfield of the Nigerian Booker, Acosta, and Kuba in that center midfield. So it's a lot of variations that can happen. It'll be interesting to see what they eventually choose, but I can say based on watching their fellow MLS side so far in this competition, especially in the games I played Tuesday and last week, that that's a team that's trotting out their first 11s. With the Club World Cup, which is the big prize that awaits the winner of this tournament, being hosted in America next year, I'm quite sure MLS wants another MLS team to be represented in that competition. So they probably got the mandate to take this competition very serious, and so far it seems that there are. So they might well play their strongest 11 possible, but we wait and see. So as I said to you, in terms of their strengths, they're very good. They're very good in transition, and they have an all-star team of quality really. But their weakness though, for one, the Sailor, Vasquez and Mascara, to me, they have not got the same exact quality replacement in Robinson and Baird. The other issue you can look at is that their keeper Celentano, who is very good at shot stopping, is not necessarily the best at handling long-range shots or with the ball at his feet. The other weakness Cavalier can look to exploit as well is that they are a team known to wilter towards the end of a tough match. They're not a team that have the greatest stamina in their ranks, and you can say it cost them the two biggest match of their season last year when they lost the US Open Cup to Messi and Inter Miami in the semi-final with 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, and also losing their big playoff match in the MLS against their rivals Columbus Crew when they lost to a goal in extra time. So stamina is a problem for them. This is also compounded with the fact that this is technically their pre-season But I still believe they'll be fairly sharp. As I said to you, their season starts Sunday, so this is more of a match week. Pre-season is basically over for them. So basically, that's the lowdown on FC Cincinnati. So does Cavalier have a chance? Yes, they do, I believe. As I said to you, they do have some new players they're incorporating. The loss of Barrier is a big one, especially on the eve of this match. And the coordination and injury may not be running at a full tilt just yet. So Cavaliers have already played 19 matches in the league, plus a lot of matches in the Caribbean Cup. And right now, based on their form, where they're only allowed 2 goals in 12 matches, they're opposite on a blinding run of form. Also is that Speed and his men utilizes the same formation. And even better, Speed, just like Pat Noonan, if the time called for it, will make his adjustment when necessary on the fly. There's word that Miazga is a bit injured and won't be playing in this game, which might see they bring in their new raw centre-back Keller into the team, and that might be an area they can target. But in FC Cincinnati favor, they do have former Jamaican international Tyrone Marshall, as well as Shavar Thomas, who coaches their second team in MLS Next Pro. Basically, a source of information they can get on Cavalier. Those guys, of course, know all they need to know about playing against a Jamaican team, as well as playing on the Jamaican Independence Park surface. So it'll be interesting to see how they set up against Cavalier. So otherwise, what would be the key for Cavalier in this game? Of course, with the return leg being in America, we must look to, of course, keep them off the board. Away rules matters in this matchup. So as long as we keep them off the board and hopefully get 1 or 2 in return, it will be us in good stead in the return leg. It also helps if you look at FC Cincinnati's slate of strikers. None of them are natural finishers. The only one they had was Vasquez, who left. Provence is more of a striker that loves to get behind and use his pace. Or Beard, as I say, is a streaky striker. And then, of course, if Acosta does not start, Kuba is not nowhere the same type of playmaker as him. So it'll be interesting to see how we match up all lights out defense against this attack from FC Cincinnati. The one big issue I have with Cavalier, though, and I think will be a big miss, is that Ainsworth will be missing this game to travel with the under-20 team in St. Kitts. I know Speed said that, the national team come first, but I slightly disagree here that this game on Cavalier in this tournament is also, I feel, representing not just the JPL, but the Jamaica as well. We have to show the world that our standard of football is not that far for the so-called big boys in Concacaf. And I'd love to see him in this game as well for another reason, as the fact that playing in this tournament, I feel, is a bigger shopping window compared to playing in an under-20 tournament in St. Kitts. But in my eyes, it's a win-win situation, really. Hopefully, he go and crush it there for Jamaica over there in St. Kitts. But anyway, guys, that's basically all I got on the match. As I said, I think Cavaliers still have a slight advantage in this one, as based on our reach and run of form and their defense. But don't hold FC Cincinnati out of it. They're a very strong team, a very strong unit, and a very well coached side. So yeah, it'll be very fascinating. Of course, I'm going to head out there to the stadium tomorrow, and all I got here in the preview video of Cavaliers versus FC Cincinnati. Thank you all for watching as usual, and of course, please like, subscribe, and share, and keep it locked right here for all things of the Jamaican Premier League as well as the Concacaf Champions Cup. So that's it. I'm out. I'm big up on yourself again, YouTube.